Good day, one and all, and welcome back to Space Month. You've already seen some construction games, you've seen a simulator, and a sandbox, but this time I'm going to treat you to a space adventure called a J.U.L.I.A Among the Stars. Now, this has been developed by a two-man team. However, that does not detract from its marvellousness, and it's got very good reviews on Steam. And I'm going to take you through as much of the game as we can get through in a week of Let's Play. So let's start a new game. Yes. And see what happens. Very cool software. Software? Very cool music. Cool software too, I'm sure. A game by Jan Kavan and Lukas Medek. I think from the Czech Republic. Activating thrusters there to avoid a maneuver.
Warning. Catastrophic failure imminent. Commencing unscheduled termination of cryogenic chamber operation.
Yes, wake up all the people.
Greetings, Rachel Manners.
Hi, Rachel.
Please exit the cryo chamber and proceed immediately to the main deck.
Hello, computer.
Thank you for arriving so quickly, Rachel. I know you may be a little disoriented, but I need your help.
What's going on? And where is everybody?
The probe has been hit by a meteor
dead.
storm. Several core systems have malfunctioned, and the probe is in danger of catastrophic failure. You must repair these systems immediately.
Uh-oh.
This is getting better every second. You know that I'm an astrobiologist and not a systems engineer, right?
The vast majority of repair functions are automated. Unfortunately, the automatic maintenance of the life support sector is broken beyond repair.
Oh my goodness.
You need to reduce hazardous conditions or you won't be able to survive.
All right, computer, you've won.
Thank you, Rachel. And by the way, call me Julia. It's much better than calling me computer. Don't you think? Let me switch to a situation overview.
Damn, this looks pretty serious.
I wouldn't wake you up if it wasn't.
So what do you need me to do?
Just click on any red area on the map and I will tell you more.
Alright, let's do that. So we're inside the probe right now, and I can see that there are several red areas that are damaged. Let's see
There are
what
three
happens.
conditions we need to eliminate: electricity, fire, and poisonous gas fumes.
So I can use sprinklers to put out the fire, ventilators to get rid of the gas, and circuit breakers to turn off the electricity, right?
Exactly.
logical?
Only don't use water until the electricity is fixed. And don't use ventilators on the flames, or the fire will spread uncontrollably.
I'm on it. Please brief me on my situation while I'm fixing this mess.
Okay.
You're currently on board an interstellar probe, JXZN12586. As of now, we're orbiting an unknown planet in the solar system of NGC 9725. Everyone else is down on the planet. However, my contact with the crew was severed, so I cannot reach them anymore.
Oh dear.
Why was I left behind?
You have been kept in the cryo chamber.
What? I'm all alone on this probe, and all you can tell me is that we're in orbit and the crew left me here.
My memory blocks have been damaged, Rachel. I am not able to tell you much more.
Oh joy, I'm stuck somewhere in space with an amnesiac computer. Do you have any kind of plan, computer?
When you finish these repairs, I need you to send Mobot down for a crew extraction.
Mobot.
They have some major
Awesome name.
explaining to do.
So already I'm actually quite impressed. Life support systems do indeed rely on ventilation, and three of the big hazards that we train the astronauts on is poisonous gas, hull breach, and fire. Those of you who followed the Mir mission will know that there was indeed a fire on board that space station, so the astronauts of today are trained very heavily in how they would react in the event of a fire. And that's one of the emergency trainings that they undergo. Which is a lot of fun, actually, because they have a full-scale model of the ISS both at NASA and at ESA, and the astronauts have to run around with the gas masks on, putting out fires and things. Great! It was great fun being an astronaut instructor, I must say. Right, now we're nearly done.
Now we need to make some cat instructor.
There you go. I think it's fixed.
Great job, Rachel. I can now switch us back to a default interface.
Thanks, Julia.
I finished the automated repairs as well.
That was lucky.
So now you want me to go down there, right?
No, that could be too hazardous, because we still do not know what happened to the crew. We will use Mobot.
Yes.
He is perfect for operations in practically any environment you can think of. You are the last crew member on this probe, and we can't risk anything happening to you. Switch on the planet view and commence the landing procedure.
This is another good point. Any mission that goes into space is going to require both humans and robots. So if you hear any British politicians, or what's his name, the keyboard player turned professor, Brian something or other. Cox, thank you. Trying to tell you that we shouldn't be sending humans into space, you can tell them, well, Lady Top Hat says that you need both for a successful mission. And this game is proof of that. And let's listen to a game rather than a professor, I think. That's the moral of that story. Now, this interface here, you can see that this is the probe. If I hover over different sections, it'll tell you what they are. So main engine, probe shields, power core, life support, living quarters, solar cells, storage space, and command bridge. Very interesting. What else do we have? Messages. So we have our current goals are here. Locate the survivors. I need to search Xenophon for the missing crew. Mobot. There he is. I love that name, Mobot. Sounds like a badass robot. Mobot. Clearly we're going to be getting some upgrades at some point in the future. We have a workbench where we can make these upgrades or attain them somehow. There's the probe, and we've just been told to investigate the solar system. So if I go to solar system view, this is what we have. One planet, one probe, one star. If I click on Xenophon, it goes to the planet. It has an ecliptic orbit, no moons, don't know how many landable zones. The planet has not been scanned yet. Well, I'm sure if I click this, what's it called? Magnifying glass, then the scan will commence. Scan completed. There we go. Xenophon, foreign voice, is a rocky planet characteristically coloured by a high presence of iron. It's roughly twice the size of the Earth and 4 times heavier. Okay, and that's that. So what we're going to do is land on the planet as we've been asked to do. So I'm going to click on Mobot. No, click on the planet. There we go. Cutscene to Mobot. Bit of a portal feel to the graphics there. Landing on Xenophon.
I don't believe it. I'm finally seeing the surface of a distant planet up close. I've been waiting for this moment for such a long time.
This planet is Xenophon. I'll try to obtain some data about it from my backup database. Hopefully that one wasn't erased.
Pardon my interruption, but my sensory reading suggests that this planet is polluted by an incredible amount of radiation.
This is strange. This planet was thought to be one of the primary targets for our main mission.
If this was our primary target, does that mean the whole mission was senseless?
Could you estimate the cause?
According to my preliminary tests, everything alive on this planet would have been wiped out approximately 500 years ago by a huge explosion. This explosion seemed to be hundreds of thousands of times more powerful than the most powerful nuclear bomb on Earth at the time of our departure.
The planet obviously never recovered from this unnatural catastrophe. Julia, what's this thing down there on the map?
It looks like an artificial structure. I think it's well worth exploring. I'm activating Mobot's exploration mode.
I had a feeling that those chimes should have been do 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 do, but I probably couldn't achieve that because of copyright or whatever. Anyway, let's see what happens.
The station looks lifeless and deserted. Where has everybody gone?
I'm uploading a map blueprint to ease your orientation.
Okay, and here we are. So, point and click adventure. So, we can either just hover over the screen and find the bits and pieces ourselves, or we have the ability to reveal hotspots here, a log, we can return to the probe. If something's interesting, it'll have this little blue cursor over it. Exits will have a little door, and I have a map, and this, a question mark icon will appear in the top right corner in puzzles to provide instructions. And there's a legend for the different icons. Okay, and we can always skip a cutscene by right-clicking. All right, close the window. So there we have it. So there's various things as I hover over the screen. However, I'm not going to look at anything until the next episode. Aren't I mean? So, for now, I bid you a fond farewell and a tally-ho